kick bounces to McKinney at the 20. He's knocked down at the 35. A good hit made on the pass receiver by Tom Oberg, but it appears to be enough for a first down. That was Barwell who took that pass.
Just a quick bend out or breakout pattern by Gardy Barwell, number 71, the flanker on the far side of the field. This is a type of pattern that Saskatchewan probably will be very successful with during the course of the day because...
Reed again up to the 50, caught by corner linebacker Ted Cottrell and Doug Strong. This is the third down and less than a yard situation. George Reed found plenty of room to burst through. 7, Saskatchewan with the football. We have 10 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Touchdown, Nolan Bailey! And Bailey may be hurt. But it's a Saskatchewan touchdown. And Bailey is in the end zone, still laying down.
Well, before the game, Coach Dave Skrine said Bailey is still being hampered by injuries and can only catch certain types of patterns. That must be one of them. He beat Tom Oberg and put the first 6 points on the board for Saskatchewan.
26, Mac Heron, 29, Paul Williams, the kickoff return combination for Winnipeg. Mac Heron, of course, this year became the first player to return kickoffs for over 1,000 yards in one season with 35 returns for 1,019 yards. And it looks as though Paul Williams will take this one. An excellent return up to the 52-yard line, a 55-yard kickoff, a 42-yard return by Paul Williams, and Ernie has some information down on the sidelines.
Well, Don, we've had some information on footwear because the Saskatchewan players have been using a running shoe with about, 13 or 14 cupped-like cleats. They're inverted, and they seem to be getting better traction. Nolan Bailey is using them, and he scored a touchdown. The ball...
Dial again hits a short one, and it goes out of touch at the midfield mark. There's an end zone pass, and it's incomplete. In and out of the arms of Tom Oberg, and there's also a penalty flag in the end zone.
But just out of your screen, as you see Nolan Bailey getting up, he was interfered with by Paul Brule, and it's going to be a defensive pass interference call against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
End zone pass, touchdown, Barwell, but a penalty flag goes down, and I believe offensive interference may be charged this time.
No question about it, Don, and the call is against Gardy Barwell, number 71, who caught that touchdown. He pushes off Williams, number 29. Watch him here as we have it on ISO camera. It gives him a great shot, and that's why he was open. Of course, the official saw it and is calling the play back.
So his pleasure at a potential touchdown turns to chagrin when he sees that red nylon lying on the turf, and as you can probably see, tarpaulin covered a portion of the field down to about the 15-yard line, and the remainder was covered with snow with that blizzard and wind that hit this area on Thursday. There's the touchdown. Alan Ford.
Well, Winnipeg's doing everything they can to put pressure on Ron Lancaster, including bringing their outside backers. You see McLaren hit Lancaster just as he releases the ball, but Ford wins his battle on a short post pattern for Saskatchewan's second score.
Heron to the short sideline. He scoots through and should have the first down across the 50. Jonas passing on second down. Jim Thorpe has got it. Down to the 36, a big catch by the leading receiver in the Western Conference. He caught 60 during regular league play, and that could be a key grab in this game.
And Winnipeg certainly floods the left zone on that pass play. They put 4 receivers on Saskatchewan's right defensive backfield.
Pete Ribbons, he's got good speed. He's gone, or could be. Touchdown.
Well, I certainly like the change in Winnipeg's offensive thinking in that last series. They've established their running game, and it certainly opens up their passing game. Watch Ribbons. He just does a little bend out, Don Jonas hits him very quickly, and Ribbons, as Don has mentioned, has great speed and gets in there for the 6 points. That was a 73-yard drive. It was capped off by that touchdown score in 6 plays, 4 rushing and 2 passing plays.
Thompson 26, McKinney 37 to receive the kickoff by Jim Hyten. It bounces into the end zone. Silas McKinney will try to get it out of there, and he's brought down in the end zone. That's a single point Winnipeg, and it's now 14-8, a 75-yard kickoff, a 3-yard return. Bobby Thompson across the 40 to the 42, and that's the Saskatchewan first down. Rock Perdoni came over to make the tackle. Perdoni, a late-season acquisition from the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Well, Ronnie's just getting an awful lot of time to throw that football, and as you can see, Thompson goes in motion all the way from his slot back on the right side. Ronnie looks downfield, and Thompson's actually an auxiliary receiver.
Sideline pass. Barwell is forced out. It appears to be a yard short of the first down. Barwell went right over that short fence on the sideline, and fortunately, he is not hurt.
I thought it was baseball where you're supposed to knock him out of the park, Donnie. This is probably the thing that Ronnie Lancaster does the best. He gets outside on those rollouts, puts a lot of pressure on those cornerbacks. Barwell just runs a breakout once again. He's just short of the first down. But
Bomber defense stacked up on this third and less than a yard situation. And George Reed tries that right side. It could be close, but from here it would appear as though he has it. George Reed carried down to the 49. Rod McLaren came in to make the tackle. There's been a substitution for Winnipeg at that defensive end spot. Frank Reed goes to the Bomber bench, and Craig McLeod comes in. Nolan Bailey down at the 25, a great catch. He grabbed that one in a crowd, and it's a Ryder first down at the 25 with 7:54 remaining.
Bailey just runs a quick little fake to the outside and hook in that zone that they try, or that zone that they try to hit, that gap in the zone. Ron Lancaster is stopped from rolling outside by pressure by the defensive end, but he still has plenty of time to throw that football.
The penalty flag is down. 2 of them go down. The pass incomplete. Doug Strong, the Winnipeg defensive back, covering on Bobby Thompson. We'll wait for a signal from the field as to the infraction. It would appear as though it's against Winnipeg. Referee.
Looks like the same formation.
And it's caught down at the 1-yard line. George Reed on the receiving end of that toss.
Well, this is one thing that very few people have given George Reed credit for in his career, but he's just an excellent receiver and seems to always come up with a big catch in the playoffs, as he did against Calgary last year, if you'll recall. Just swings out of that backfield, and again, trying to hit that gap in Winnipeg's zone defense.
Who else but Reed? Is he in? No signal yet. It's a touchdown. Delayed action, but still a response from these bundled up fans as the Riders put 6 more points on the board.
Well, there doesn't appear any question that George Reed gets over on this score. Just a beautiful drive by the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 85 yards in 12 plays, 7 rushing and 5 passing this time, and of course they were assisted by that penalty that was just called on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers shortly before Reed's reception at the 1-yard line.
Second down at the 16. Swing pass to Mac Heron. He struggled and seems to have a first down. Sideline pattern, LaRose, he could go. Touchdown, Winnipeg. What a play. The final play of the half. And is he excited?
Doc, we said a while ago that there was no question that Winnipeg will throw that ball from anywhere on the field. And LaRose just runs an up pattern on the outside. And John Steele, number 11, comes in and attempts to knock that ball down rather than just tackling LaRose, because Winnipeg didn't have time for another play. LaRose shows sufficient speed to get in there for 6 points. A great turnaround for Winnipeg on the dying play of the second half. An 83-yard pass and run.
Again, off the side of his foot, he slices it out there, but gets a pretty good bounce. Yashinsky takes it and brings it back to the 54 of Winnipeg. This is Bobby Thompson. Penalty flags go down. Craig McLeod.
I think that's a face guarding call on Jim Heighton.
Jim Heighton came over, and Heighton seemed to catch him, as you said, Frank, by the face guard.
I think we'll see it right here as Thompson comes back on this counter play. Watch 58, Jim Heighton. He reaches out for Thompson right here. Once again, a good call by the officials.
Good hole for George Reed. Another Saskatchewan first down. An end zone pass. Touchdown. Silas McKinney on the receiving end.
Well, that was certainly an unusual play as Silas McKinney came out of the backfield and just ran a short post pattern. Once again, the one they've been successful with. But with Nolan Bailey, the tight end, number 77, ran a flag or corner pattern, and they were right together. But McKinney gets away from the defender long enough. Oberg.
Jack Avenchan preparing to kick off for Saskatchewan, kicking into that wind. It's taken by Heron. Bursted up to the 53 and ran out of room at that point and over part of the tarpaulin that was protecting the field. A 45-yard kickoff, a 33-yard return.
And Heron gives us a pretty good example right here of why he led the CFL in kickoff returns. He's not very big, but he's quick and he's got very good speed.
Short kick. Taken by Brule at the 34 to the 33. He did, and it's complete. Jim Thorpe down around the 7-yard line, and that will be a Winnipeg first down.
Don, this is just an excellent throw. You watch Jonas running the wrong way. Great pressure by Baker and Collins on him, and he releases that ball back to the inside after running full bore on a rollout to the left.
Jonas throwing into the end zone, touchdown. Bob LaRose. And I think Saskatchewan there probably anticipated the rollout and sneak by Jonas. LaRose was all alone.
What a great fake by Jonas, too, as he sends Heron to the inside on an attempted counter play. And this, of course, sets up Jonas for excellent time to throw this football. Well, watch the fake to Heron, number 26. Certainly do the Saskatchewan defenders into him, and Bob LaRose beat Bennett for the 6 points.
And now just 5 points in the game. 27-22 is the score, Saskatchewan leading.
Take a look at that fake from ground level and see the time that Jonas has on that quick rollout to the right. LaRose makes a good move on Bennett as well to get wide open.
The ball bounces away from Thompson. McKinney in the end zone. He was trapped in there once earlier in the game. He's going to be caught for another single point. Intercepted by Doug Strong. Strong is caught by Nolan Bailey.
Well, after having a great afternoon, and you just saw Ron Lancaster's passing statistics, Ron appears just to throw this one away or throw it up for grabs. He's trying to hit Nolan Bailey to the outside or Bobby Thompson behind that receiver. It's a big play for Winnipeg at this point.
Sideline pattern, and Jim Thorpe has it. He has a first down. Bob Kramer comes into the ball game. Dave Skrine, bundled up against the wind and the cold, will have the wind at his back for the final 15 minutes. The screen to Williams. He broke away from McQuarters and got down to the 43. Thorpe has got it. And that should be a first down. Pete Ribbons, he's got a first down at the 19.
You know, Don, I'm just watching Jim Spavital over in the sideline, and it appears that he is not going to go for a field goal. Even though he's only 4 points down, they have the ball on the 15-yard line. He's waving to Don Jonas to go for it. Very unusual call.
Maybe his arm was just frozen in that forward position. Now the Bombers are going for it on 3rd down and 6. The ball is at the 15, and this could be the biggest play of the game. It's knocked away by Wally Dempsey. It was intended for Jim Thorpe.
Well, this is a type of call that the background or our second guessing certainly isn't appropriate. But, you know, back in the days when I was playing, Don, Bud Grant always felt that you get the points when you can get them. And a field goal would have put them within 1 point of the Saskatchewan Roughriders with still 12 minutes remaining in it.
In the lengthening shadows, the Riders are 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 43. George Reed gets down to the 36. Silas McKinney, he's down to about the 3.
Well, although McKinney hasn't been very effective today as a runner, he certainly is on this play. They're going to send their short yardage offense in now, and I'm sure that Ronnie's just going to bang straight ahead as they have on most of this drive.
Now the Rough Riders have a 3rd and goal from the 3. Reed again, touchdown.
Don, you know, we've been talking about George Reed and Ron Lancaster and so forth, but if I may, I'd like to give credit to the people who really have won this ball game if Saskatchewan does win it, and that's that offensive line. Galloway and Brock, Evanson, Brandt, and Bird. You can drive 43 yards in the dying moments of a football game on 10 plays and never have to put it in the air. There's some people up front doing their job.
Avanchan's convert attempt is good. 3rd down. This could be the last gasp effort for Winnipeg. There's the pass, incomplete, well over the head of Jim Thorpe, and that should be it. Saskatchewan now will just run out the clock with only 27 seconds remaining.
There you get a look at an old-time fellow that I used to play against, Bobby Simpson, former great of the Ottawa Rough Riders.
Anderson on the 2. Hit by Barry Ardern and dropped on the 28-yard line by number 60, Tom Laputkin, number 42, Bob McEwen. Duncan. And the big fullback goes up to the 32-yard line. That's good for a gain of 14 yards.
Well, this play was played very well by John Williams and Mike Bloom, the defensive men for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They came up very well, but Duncan seemed to just put a little spurt in there, and he had some blockers out in front of him, so he ran right between them to pick up the big yard.
Casada to Humard. And Humard goes to the 50-yard line, and that's a first down with 7 to spare. 15-yard gain to Haas Humard.
Nick Volpe was watching Mike Bloom as he was playing the blockers coming out at him, and then reacted to the play to come in and be part of the tackle.
Down to that sideline to Billy Cooper, and it's called inbounds at the 44-yard line. First down at the 44. They're looking for the sideline. It's open to Cooper. Billy Cooper is down at the 28-yard line.
Well, it looked as if Rick Casada was trying to finally go to Hugh Oldham, who was down deep, but of course Garney Henley was right there. Billy Cooper was just laying out at the side there. He picked the ball up, made some nice moves, sort of absorbed that blow, and then came back, picked up 16 yards.
Bob Krause finally pulls him down. There's a flag in there for a late tackle at the 20-yard line. And he's good on that one. So the Ottawa Rough Riders marched all the way to the 4.5-yard line. Jerry Organ comes through with his 18th field goal of the season. All on CTV. Oh, a fine catch by Buchanan for 9 yards. Gabler is stopped at the 54-yard line, the Ottawa 54. Anderson on the fake. Beautiful fake, and Gabler keeps. Stopped by Ardern and Crusp down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards for Wally Gabler, who missed the last 6 games of the season. He was a spectator, and now he has come up with his second first down with the wind in this second quarter.
Well, there I don't think Wally Gabler fooled our cameraman, but he sure fooled me. I thought that Buchanan had the ball, but he took it away from him and picked up a nice first down.
Gabler looking for Christian, and he's got it. Down to the 13, 14-yard line. Bert Christian, a 29-yard gain.
Well, you'll notice how cool Wally Gabler is. He just takes his time, steps up in that pocket the way you're supposed to, and lays it out there, and Gord Christian is able to take it in.
Gabler. And it's touchdown to Buchanan. Hamilton fans go wild. Buchanan on a 14-yard touchdown.
George Calley, our end zone cameraman, is really getting a workout today as he watches this when Wally Gabler makes that fake, steps back, again, very coolly, just laying it out there and throwing for the 6 points. Dave Buchanan is the recipient of the touchdown.
7-4 is the score, and Tommy Joe Coffey, who was good on 26 out of 27 converts during the year. Wally Gabler will hold. Good. Ottawa punting 3rd and 5. DeLeo, it's blocked. DeLeo. And let's see who's got it. Ottawa has recovered the football, but it'll go to Hamilton since, of course, they did not make the yards. And the ball goes down at about the 21-yard line. It's good. Casada looking here for Cooper. It could be picked off. It is. Henley. Garney Henley gets his 9th interception of the year.
Well, it looked on just for a split second as if Billy Cooper was going to be wide open. And the ball... Rick Casada just tried to lay it out there easily, but the defense reacted very well. It was Garney Henley was the one that came up with the interception.
Gabler looking deep. He dropped down as he got to the 42-yard line. He has very close to 9 yards. moves the ball between the 42 and the 43-yard line, so that's a gain of 8.5. Second down, 1.5 for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and this should be the last play of the third quarter. 13-4, Hamilton over Ottawa. Sudden death semifinal. And Buchanan, he's gone. Touchdown. 43 yards.
Well, again, Wally Gabler playing it very coolly. It was just a matter of throwing that fake into the line of scrimmage, hold everybody, stick that arm in there, and then just step back, let that receiver run on by. And Dave Buchanan, with that speed, was able to get down deep, take it in for the touchdown.
That makes it a 19-4 ball game. They moved the ball to the 35-yard line, so it'll be third down and 3, and with 12.5 minutes left in the ball game, Hamilton will kick. McKay to Billy Cooper. Fumbles the ball. Recovered by Hamilton. At the 43-yard line.
I think possibly Billy Cooper was distracted a little bit by the other receiver down there with him, just enough that he wasn't able to give the real concentration to him. Notice how he sort of steps around, and the ball looked like it hit his face mask. The bar going across the front of the helmet and popped loose. The Hamilton Tiger Cats came up with it.
16-point lead, and the Tiger Cats are going to... Well, Gabler comes back in, so we presume they're going to go for it. Third down, 1.5 yards to go. A vital play, because if they can move this first down, they can keep those sticks a while longer. Kozlowski, and he has the first down. Anderson. Anderson goes to the 13-yard line. 17-yard gain for Minimax Anderson. He has 64 this afternoon.
Well, you got to admire the way this little guy runs. He gives it everything. You notice how he's always looking for an opening there, and he just turns it back wherever he finds that opening, trying to follow those blockers. Nice.
Coffee from the 20. And that's good. Quesada. No good. Incomplete. Intending it a gain for Oldham. And the Ottawa Rough Riders give up the football. It's intercepted by Rod Woodward. Woodward brings it back to the 47-yard line. And the Ottawa Rough Riders get new life again with 2:25 left to go. Third down and 9. And it's no good. Down at the 16-yard line, the pass is intended for Eamon. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats take over the football. Quesada is dropped way back at the 48-yard line, and in there to get him was Gary Inskeep. And that should end it all. Game is over. The final score is Hamilton 23 and Ottawa 4.
And the Western final is underway. That's McKinney. Out of touch at the 29-yard line. Jack Abenchan will try a field goal from the 46-yard line with Ron Lancaster holding. Into the ring. Short, taken by Starks and fumbled. And the Rough Riders have recovered. who came up with a football down to the 1-yard line. George Reed, touchdown. A missed field goal try sets up a touchdown for the Saskatchewan Roughriders on a fumble by Howard Starks.
Well, on this blast-off tackle, it's just straight ahead blocking, and you notice there on the replay that McKinney was leading the play in, trying to get a little bit of extra force to carry him into the end zone.
From the 13-yard line at second, just a little less than 10 to go, Saskatchewan. Lancaster in the end zone for Barwell, and it's intercepted by Terry Wilson, number 22.
Well, he redeemed himself some, wouldn't you think? That was a fine play by Wilson that time. Calgary was in a zone defense. Lancaster rolling out to the right side. He saw Barwell break in behind, but he couldn't get by Wilson. Andruski had Barwell that time on man-to-man coverage. Just a little rollout this way now. Barwell had Andruski beat, I think.
Jesse Mims, and there's wide open spaces. Bruce Bennett finally stopped 19 Mims, but he has a first down.
Well, I didn't pick it out. I wonder if the folks at home picked it out. That was just a quick trap play now, coming back up the middle. You notice a good block there, made on number 60, Banuk. Mims.
Keeling looks long for Henderson, and he's got it. Henderson was covered by Bruce Bennett and Gig Perez and caught it right in the middle. 57-yard gain, Hal.
Well, there's nothing fancy about that one. Straight bootleg, coming back to the weak side. Henderson just trying to out-sprint Perez.
Keeling is holding at the 18-yard line. And Robinson puts it through. Keeling goes way back. The pass for Hugh McInnes, and he has some running room. McInnes down to the 38-yard line. Bruce Bennett had to come up to make the tackle, and an 18-yard pickup for the Calgary Stampeders.
Well, I want to show you now just what makes the play go. Everything's coming to the right. Saskatchewan was in a blitz. Now look on the right of your screen at the block that Granny Liggins makes on Shaw, right there. Just runs right by him. I would have to call that a perfect play by the Calgary offense.
To the air again. That one is intercepted by Ted Dushinsky. Intended for Herm Harrison, I believe. Dushinsky for Bennett, and Bennett gets down to the 15-yard line. Basil Bart made the tackle. Two great scoring plays, one for each side, broken up by the interception, Hal.
Saskatchewan was in a perfect zone defense here, and Keeling badly overthrew and behind the intended receiver, Harrison, and you saw Dushinsky just hit him right in the chest. Couldn't have been a better pass to Dushinsky if Keeling had tried, so a little lateral there, but he didn't pick up much after that. Ball.
Flags are down as Lancaster throws. It's intercepted. Frank Andruski, 24. Still going. Brought down by Ford and Thompson at the 40-yard line. A flag had been thrown before the pass was intercepted.
Well, if it's offensive holding, obviously Calgary will refuse the penalty. Lancaster on a little bootleg action here. He was trying to throw the same thing as he threw a while ago. That went for the deep score. For the deep gain, I mean. And Andruski played it perfectly, of course, and intercepted the pass. Look at it from this angle now. See, he was throwing for Barwell down the field. Obviously, I think that Lancaster thought that Barwell was going to stop, or he wouldn't have thrown the ball in there. The second time this quarter that Calgary is going to go for a 3rd-and-1 situation down in Saskatchewan territory.
Ball at the Rough Rider 30. To Jesse Mims, and he has the first down. Big rush on Keeling, but he found Jesse Mims, and he has a first down inside the Saskatchewan 10. John Steele over to make the tackle after a 20-yard reception by Mims.
If I call that a double crisscross or a scissors pattern, would you know what I was talking about?
I don't know.
When the guy from the left goes to the right and the guy on the right goes to the left.
1st and goal to go for Calgary from the 8. For Shaw from Keeling. And he has a touchdown. Gabe Perez was the last man there for Saskatchewan. As the Stampeders traveled 39 yards in 5 plays.
Picking on their old teammate here. Little breakout pattern into the sideline.
Lancaster with lots of time finds Silas McKinney, and he's down to the Calgary 50-yard line. Terry Wilson, 22, was over to make the stop.
Well, if you ever thought there's something wrong with Ron Lancaster's arm, then just watch him zip this bullet in there. Shot from our end zone camera. What? Right on the money.
Lancaster for Barwell, first down. At the 10-yard line, Barwell had to beat Frank Andruski on that play, number 24. A 19-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, when Lancaster has that much time, I don't think there's any defensive back in the world that's going to cover the receivers going down. He goes down and breaks out, breaks up again, and then stops. Now, what are you going to do if you're a defensive halfback? Just
George Reed inside the 5. Reed again. Tough sledding. Looks to be very close to the 1-yard line. Third down. George Reed, touchdown.
once again following the block of Evanson and Galloway. Going over the left side. Nice block coming in there by Molnar as well. On this touchdown now, going over the left side, you see McKinney jump the gun just a little bit, but right over the tail of Galloway and Evanson. Up in the air and over.
Lancaster for Nolan Bailey. And he has a first down, a tough man to bring down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 or 5 Calgary tacklers in there.
I don't know.
Zanny led the way.
I don't know why you say it's tough to bring him down. There was only 5 of them there. 3 of them had spurs on.
Lancaster. Touchdown to Bobby Thompson. He got by Terry Wilson.
Well, they're picking on Wilson this afternoon, aren't they? That's the second or third time that they've gone trying to beat him. Just excellent pass protection here. Nobody's close. Sets up, fires a perfect strike right over the head of Wilson. Outstretched arms of Thompson. Well, there you go. Another shot from the end zone now. Just look at it. Perfect.
Lancaster threw it, and it was intercepted. Reggie Holmes, number 27, and where is he?
He's down to the 4-3. He scores!
Reggie Holmes, 88 yards for a touchdown. And I don't know how he found the football, Hal.
Well, Ron Lancaster was trying to throw the same little checkoff pass. He was rushed. He threw it away. You saw it going towards George Reed. And now here comes the whole Saskatchewan team. How does he get through there? There's 2 missed tackles. There's a good block on Ford. Lancaster has him. Now he hasn't got him. Good block on Bird. And he's going to fall into the end zone. Boy, what a play.
Reggie Holmes, one of the Calgary newcomers.
All right, let's have a look at it. Through the fog now. Out into the left flat. George Reed just about made the tackle. This new guy's pretty quick, though. He runs a 440-50, they say. 6 foot, 185 pounds.
And Robinson's convert is good. Rough Riders in the lead on Calgary. Keeling. And it's complete to John Henderson. First down.
Well, it's a disappointed Wally Dempsey because he had that one right in his sights. But number 20, Henderson came, look at there, right across in front of him to make the reception instead of an interception. So
it's 3rd and 2. The Stampeders will try a field goal from the 37-yard line. And it's good. George Reed. 4 yards, and there's a fumble. Yep. Calgary Stampeders have recovered, as you can tell. the crowd here at McMahon Stadium.
Well, that's a big one. Watch Wayne Harris come in here from his right linebacker and just give him such a shot that just might draw all your fillings loose. The way.
Big rush on Keeling. He got it away. Shaw is into the end zone for a touchdown.
How about that?
Jerry Shaw.
Excellent blocks by the offensive line as there you see McInnes make a good block. Keeling on a quick throw. Shaw down the field made a comeback pattern, caught it on the inside, sidestepped Walter into the end zone, 26-21. Goodness gracious, here we go. Watch him now. Just a little hook pattern. Slips the tackle to Perez, and he's on the way.
Spectators may be having a little trouble seeing it, Jake, but I think the football hasn't dropped any since the pass came in. An interception now by Robinson, and the Calgary Stampeders roar back into Saskatchewan territory.
They were trying that look-in pass again to Bailey as they tried just a moment ago and completed on the right side. But as an old fox would, there you see Robbie coming in from his safety position, intercepting the pass, finally caught by George Reed. I don't know, somewhere down close to the 20, I guess it's the 35-yard line.
A field goal try by Larry Robinson with Jerry Keeling holding. Dead on from the 38-yard line. And it's good. Well, Hal, that's a 9-point lead.
Well, that guy on your screen right now should get a lot of congratulations after it's over. I'll tell you that. He's done a fantastic job this afternoon.
Minute flag is down. And into the middle, George Reed. What a football game in the first game of the Western Final Series between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Calgary Stampeders. The game is over. The final score, Calgary 30, Saskatchewan 21. Here we go. 5-yard line goes Buchanan. Martin missed him once, got him the second time. Porter heads left, Coffey right, second down. Gabler taken down for a safety touch. Jim Corrigal, number 66. Producing the first score of this two-game total point series. Quick kick, no. Theismann moving. Hamilton 50-yard line. We have a penalty marker down on the field, a penalty marker on the sidelines now in the aftermath of that play. And Theismann looks happy.
Joe Theismann dropping back as though the quick kick came around the right side, and Gary Inskeep had the opportunity to stop him, but he...
Theismann against the flow. Henderson is wide open. Touchdown. A 52-yard scoring play. Theismann to Henderson.
John, that's one of those things that you don't get away with too often. Joe Theismann rolled to his right here, and Henderson, who was just lagging back here, was wide open. And when Al Brenner, out of the picture, tried to go over and get him, he slipped on the turf.
And field goal attempt from Ivan McMillan, 41-yard line. Garney Henley, the lone Tiger Cat in the end zone. McMillan has the win with him. And he chops it through. 19-year-old Ivan McMillan played last year for the Ottawa Rough Riders, coming up with his 4th point of the day series. It's complete to Buchanan. All the way down to the Argonaut 25-yard line. He got in behind the veteran Dave Ramey.
Dave Buchanan, number 20, lined up as the flanker on the right side, and Wally Gabler just ran him down the sidelines, and Dave Ramey seemed to get turned around the wrong way.
Wally Gabler will hold at the 25-yard line. Slight angle right. Coffey is good. McQuay spinning. Center field. A gain of 17 yards. Jerry Sternberg, number 33, finally catching up with Leon.
Theismann giving a little hand fake in there to number 33, Bill Simons, and McQuay, who lined up as the halfback on the right-hand side, came out of the backfield, and Mike Bloom, who's that strong side linebacker, came across, tried to catch him, and he got one of those circus moves from Leon.
Wally Gabler, second down play. Max Anderson, 27-yard line. Marv Luster finally stopped him.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats, who've been using a very contained offense the last 2 weeks, have come out with triple flankers quite a bit this afternoon. And Max Anderson, who lined up as the inside flanker on the triple flankers to the left, had Marv Luster, number 27, on him man-to-man.
Intercepted by Brenner at the 27-yard line. That's the 5th time this year Brenner has picked off a Joe Theismann pass.
On the left-hand side, you don't see it in the screen, but number 75, Mel Prophet, and number 33, Bill Simons, ran down side by side, and Joe Theismann didn't hit either of them. The ball seemed to be between the two of them, and Al Brenner, dropping back in that zone defense, just picked that ball off, watching the quarterback, watching the ball all the time. And
Barrett has Gabler with help from Gene Mack. As Wally almost scrambled away from them.
the Hamilton Tiger Cat offense has shown more variety this afternoon than they have in the last 2 or 3 ball games. And again, the Hamilton Tiger Cats line in that triple formation. And it appeared that Wally Gabler wanted to screen back to the short side.
Gabler to Coffey. Chip Barrett saved the touchdown as he cut down Tommy Joe Coffey at the 24-yard line. It is a gain of 26 yards.
Another change in the offensive set, back to that tight formation with both Christian and number 75 Coffey lining up as tight ends. And Tommy Joe Coffey, who had Chip Barrett on him man-to-man.
Out to Christian. It'll be first down again, Hamilton, at the 8-yard line as Marv Luster made the defensive play on Christian.
Don, I can't say how much I'm impressed with this Hamilton offense. Again, they lined up in that triple flankers to the left-hand side. Christian was the tight end on the left-hand side, giving you that fourth flanker. The 3 flankers released downfield. Christian stayed in the block. Then he released and took a short pass for a big gain.
Intercepted by Krause, 18-yard line. Hamilton first down. Markers fly. Tepper's flare.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats in a man-to-man defense, and when Cranmer went in motion, we knew it was a man-to-man defense because the man on him was covering him. Bob Krause, number 14, the linebacker, had corner coverage on number 24, Leon McQuay.
Christian complete inside the 15-yard line, wrestled down by Tim Anderson, number 26, the rookie from Ohio. Gain of 17 yards.
Cats have plenty of time left. 1:37.
Don, the Tiger Cats are having a great deal of success with their inside receivers running post patterns over the middle. It must be that those defensive backs are playing a little to the outside because Christian again caught it down the middle.
Buchanan cannot advance beyond the 7-yard line on the grasp of number 14, Dave Ramey. Coffey goes right. Christian left with Lewis Porter, number 24, wide left. In the slot is Buchanan. Buchanan has the ball, the halfback option play. Looking downfield for Coffey, picked out by Chip Barrett. And he's ridden down by Lewis Porter. Argonauts have their first interception of the day at the 39-yard line.
Well, that halfback pass with Buchanan throwing it has been one of Hamilton's bread and butter plays over the last 2 or 3 games. They seem to get one a game, but the Toronto defense wasn't fooled here at all. Dave Ramey, number 14, the corner linebacker, outside halfback on that side, dropped off all the way. He wasn't coming up at all to get involved in it. Tim Anderson was back there as well, and Chip Barrett, who came across from the inside safety on the other side, jumped up in front of all of them and made the interception.
Here is the third down punt by Andrew Zishin, as seen from our end zone camera, high in the west end of Ivor Wynne Stadium. Ed Turek lost the ball. Tony Morrow touched it. And the Toronto Argonauts have possession inside the Hamilton 35-yard line.
So often it turns around, Don, that when somebody makes a big play at one end, Emery Hicks almost blocked this punt. He came within a hair of blocking it. Turek had trouble fielding that punt, and Tony Morrow, who's one of the finest downfield tacklers on these specialty teams, was there to pick the ball up.
Hamilton has the win for the next 7 minutes and 20 seconds, and the Argonauts will take it in the fourth quarter. And stepping out is Alan Brenner at his bench near the 30-yard line. We have another flag down.
We see him here punting the ball, and after he punts it, he starts downfield, and we'll see him being blocked right here, giving the Toronto Argonauts a first down.
Theismann on the move. Henderson. Williams makes the interception. And back he comes. The center, Desjardins, knocked him out of bounds, but we have an indication of a penalty. Rough play. And it will be against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Toronto will be able to retain possession. Williams, for naught, brought it back 36 yards.
2 big plays in a row here as Joe Theismann rolled out to the right, and Mike Bloom did a good job containing him. Henderson had run an out and down pattern and actually had beaten Williams on the sideline. We don't notice it here, but throwing into that wind, Joe Theismann didn't get the ball out far enough. Williams recovered. He tipped the ball up in the air and then continuing to run towards the Hamilton.
McQuay, good power, 25-yard line, Toronto first down. Finally, Bobby Krause made the tackle, and McQuay is still down.
McQuay, Toronto still hitting at the center of this, broke to the outside. It seemed to be a straight-ahead dive play, and he got away from Gary Inskeep and Mike Bloom as he turned it upfield, and then beat Dave Fleming.
McQuay, leaving the field now, is limping off to the Argonaut bench. Here's young Ivan McMillan from the 29-yard line with Theismann holding. It is good. The first signal, while not official, was given by Ivan McMillan himself. Fake to McQuay by Theismann. Room to run. Theismann's longest gain today to the Hamilton 20-yard line. It measures 30 yards, and Jerry Sternberg and Garney Henley had to use all their speed to catch up with him.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats playing man-to-man defense this time, and Joe Theismann got to the outside, and this is what you can't have happen when you're in a man-to-man defense because there's nobody covering the quarterback. And Emery Hicks, number 47, who has been playing an outstanding game, followed that pulling guard again and came.
Simons. We may have a face guard infraction here. John Williams face guarding Bill Simons, and as you see, apologizing to him.
John Williams making the tackle. A penalty marker on.
That might spoil number 23's image. He's known as one of those guys who headhunts all the time, and Bill Simons started this play in off tackle, and then realizing there wasn't a hole there, turned it to the outside. And he almost got around the corner, but number 23 Williams, who is always up around the shoulder pads, he never takes those legs because he knows that a big back like this will beat him. And here he has a hold of the face mask as he swings him around. And as Don said, he actually apologized after, and that's going to bother that image of number 23 for the Tiger Cats.
Leon McQuay diving at the goal line. No signal as yet. Desjardins pointing to where he thinks he should have been marked. And it is not a touchdown. It is third down. It goes back to the 1-yard line. McQuay was not in. Bill Simons makes it. And the Argonauts have their second major score of the day.
Don, I'll tell you, that touchdown was given up very begrudgingly by that Hamilton defensive squad. You see Al Brenner, who's the defensive back. He's coming up there that entire left-hand side. Tried to block for Bill Simons, and we see him going over the top of the pile. There's just no way you could burrow your way through underneath that.
Tommy Joe Coffey, written out by Dave Ramey at the 43-yard line. That is a Hamilton first down. The gain is 18 yards. Max Anderson. Dave Ramey, another speedster, finally caught up with him at center field. Sizable gain. Deep for Buchanan. Intercepted by Tim Anderson. And Anderson was caught at the 50-yard line. And does have the favoring wind here. It'll come from the 50 with Joe Theismann holding. It's a fake. Theismann intercepted, intended for Cranmer. Williams with the ball. And he is taken out heavily into that wall. Bill Simons quickly helping him up. And they call rough play on Bill Simons. Here again, we repeat the officials' concern about the proximity of that wall and Hamilton to the playing surface.
Well, on the fake field goal attempt, Joe Theismann really didn't fool anybody, and Williams picked this off. And we have him coming across and being pushed out of bounds into that wall. And again, we had number 23, Williams, and number 33, Bill Simons, who apologized the other way around about 15 minutes ago. And this time we had Simons apologizing to Williams.
Gabler trying for Coffey. It is out of bounds. Time has run out. That is the end of the first half of the Eastern Final.
The signal by referee Barker. There's the kick by Avanchan. This second game is underway. The ball taken by Brian Marcil, the short man on that kickoff. And Marcil is brought down at the 33-yard line. 63 completions during regular play. Look out for Jesse Mims. He could go. Ted Dushinsky just got over to bring him down. The ball is at the 24. The speed merchant of the Calgary Stampeders almost broke that one. He turned it into a 37-yard gain.
Well, look at that from ground level, and not only did Calgary manage to pick up a tremendous gain on this play, but they found out that Saskatchewan is going to play a man-to-man defense against them much of the day. If you saw that man go in motion, you also saw Dushinsky come from his left corner position all the way to the other side of the field.
Henderson has it down at the 40-yard line of Saskatchewan. A big second down play. Bruce Bennett made the tackle. A 26-yard gain, a Calgary first down.
Well, when Jerry does want to go to the air, his obvious favorite receiver for tonight is going to be Henderson, number 20.
Hey, that's a great run by McInnes up to the 37. Mims is wide open, and he's driven out at the 43, make it the 42. Bruce Bennett and Charlie Collins both came across to make the tackle.
The thing that we've talked about so many times that the offensive units try to do is get a quick receiver isolated on a linebacker, and they do exactly that on this play. Mims, number 19, is covered by Collins, 31, and is just...
The screen pass to McInnes. And McInnes is caught at the 34. Ted Dushinsky and Wally Dempsey rode him down. That will be an 8-yard gain. It will be 2nd and 2. Pass to Henderson. He's got it. Touchdown. John Henderson got in behind Gig Perez and Jim Walter, and it's a Calgary touchdown.
Well, we mentioned earlier in the ball game that Calgary felt if they were going to throw, it would either be against Steele, number 11, or Perez, number 14. This time Henderson turns Perez completely around.
2nd and 8 from the 50. Well, when Lancaster scrambles, he's dangerous, and there's that pass to Alan Ford. Down to the 28.
And don't forget what happened on the last play of the first half in the Winnipeg-Saskatchewan semifinal. As Don Jonas hit LaRose for an 83-yard pass and run touchdown.
Pass to Bobby Thompson, being pursued by Dick Suderman. Look out! Caught by the last man, Howard Starks. And that is the end of the first half. Pass is intercepted by Gig Perez. Perez has some blocking out there. Herm Harrison finally overtook him after a 56-yard run back.
If there's one fellow that's been prominent in this football game, it's Perez, number 14 of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He got beat on a touchdown in the first half by Henderson, but he picks off his second interception of this ball game and gives Calgary their first, or Saskatchewan their first real scoring opportunity.
Silas McKinney has got the football just inside the 5, very close to a first down. Larry Robinson made the tackle. This could be a rather key measurement, a critical one at this stage.
Don, the predictions are always tough to make, but I think they're going to be short by about a foot. It appears that they're right at the 4-yard line, and they have to...
George Reed, and did he make it? The players signal that he did, and the officials rule he's in there. Well, we've got a brand new ball game.
Ronnie Lancaster appears to be the head official on this play as George Reed just managed to get over.
On the 42, 1st and 10, Saskatchewan. Silas McKinney. Another first down for the Rough Riders. From the 30, it's first down, Saskatchewan. Reed is stopped at the 27. 2nd and 7. Lancaster to throw. Complete to Bobby Thompson, driven out at the 20 by Terry Wilson. That will be very close to a first down. You see the marker on the far side of the field. There's the signal. It is a first down. 2nd and less than 1. Gorse gets the ball to the 4. It's another first down and goal to go. The
Once again, Don, the big block on that play was George Reed, number 34, as he picks off Wayne Harris. Watch him right in front of the ball carrier. Right there.
Teams, exceptional football teams. Fans, I'm sure, all across the country are sorry to see either side lose, except the really rabid followers of either team. Here's a touchdown. Silas McKinney.
Good call by Ron Lancaster, as everybody in the ballpark is looking for George Reed on those second short yardage situations. A good drive once again by the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Don. 50.
Jesse Mims is the first down into Rough Rider territory at the 53. Wayne Shaw made the tackle, and Frank, you anticipate the game being opened up a little more in this second half.
Well, Calgary's very effectively spreading the defensive backs of the Saskatchewan Roughriders out and attempting to, again, to open up gaps in the zone, as we've talked about many times. Mims finds one here.
Shaw out of bounds, another Calgary first down. McInnes, good hold. He's going to outrun Bennett. He's in there for a touchdown. Calgary. Gil McInnes, a great run, and the Stampeders on a 42-yard romp come right back.
Watch number 19, Mims, the offensive back of the Calgary Stampeders. He does a great job on this play, right at the line of scrimmage to spring McInnes. There he is blocking against Roth, and that was the key block on that play, as McInnes does the rest of it on his own. Bruce Bennett appears to have the angle on him, but he just simply outruns him. A 69-yard drive in 4 plays. 3 of them were passes for Calgary. Again, and be sure and watch number 19, Mims. Not a great block, but just enough to get McInnes around Roth, number 66. And as we said, McInnes is showing that speed of 1970 when he was a leading rusher in the Western Conference of the CFL.
Second and 10 from the 39. Linderman and Shaw go wide to the left. Henderson is split right. There's the home run throw to Linderman. He's in the clear. He could go. He's gone. Rudy Linderman grabbing that toss from Jerry Keeling. 71 yards for a touchdown. What a great move. Keeling made that away.
I was just going to comment down on how seldom either one of these ball clubs blitz. And here comes Saskatchewan with Wayne Shaw coming to the outside, and it appears Jerry is stopped for a 10-yard loss, and it obviously appeared the same way to the Saskatchewan Roughrider defensive backs as they let Rudy Linderman all by himself, a big 71-yard score. And in that drive, there was a 71-yard drive in 2 plays, but obviously that ate up all of the yardage.
There's 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Larry Robinson will try the extra point. It's up. It's good. Wing pass to McKinney. Down to the 37. Big gain for Saskatchewan. Coinzan and Holmes stopped McKinney, but not before he had picked up 24 yards.
Running.
Second and 8 for the Riders. Again to McKinney. The Riders are down to the 18-yard line. Joe Forzani in to make the stop. Well, don't go away. This one's a long way from over.
This is something else when you have defensive linemen making all of the tackles downfield, Don. Once again, Ronnie Lancaster sends 5 men out on a pattern. Hits his swing man, McKinney. He does a good job of running that football once he's got it.
First and 10, Saskatchewan. The ball. Barwell, and he should have a first down. Reggie Holmes made the tackle at about the 7.
They've been giving him the outside all day, so Gordy Barwell runs a little bend in. Holmes makes quite a tackle, and I think they're going to have to measure to see if that is a first down, Don.
Manchuk and Dorsch are in. Barwell and Thompson to the bench. Another big play in this game. Lancaster keeps. Touchdown.
Once again, Saskatchewan manages to convert their big drive. Don.
Jesse Mims still struggling. That's another first down. He drove to the 51 of Saskatchewan. He's had a great night. Bennett and Dempsey made the tackle, and that has moved them out of danger.
Once again, a sweep on the outside with their guards leading the play, and Mims does a very good job of running this football. If it hadn't been for Bennett, that would have been another 6 points.
3rd and 5, and Frank, a moment ago you mentioned the second down play as being one of the biggest for the Riders. This could be one of their biggest of the year right here. Lord Barwell, he's got a first down up to the 36 with 1:26 remaining.
Obviously, just after the first down, Gordy Barwell runs a post pattern, but runs it very shallow. Quite happy to retain possession at this stage because that would have been it if they'd have missed that pass.
This will probably be the final play of the game. There's the long throw, and it's nowhere near a Saskatchewan jersey. There's the gun, and the Calgary Stampeders have won the Western Championship 23-21 over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They capture the Western title in 2 straight games and will now carry Western hopes in the Grey Cup.
Wind will favor Hamilton in this opening quarter. Cranmer is brought down at the 34-yard line by Tony Gabriel, number 77. A 40-yard kick and a 9-yard return. Now that'll be a safety touch. Big rush by Emery Hicks and Bob Steiner, and Theismann could not get out of the end zone.
Well, you're just going to see a great job of linebacking by Emery Hicks, number 47. You see it from the ground level. He just goes in and takes the guard and knocks the guard right into the quarterback. You notice there, number 59, Vijak, was just catapulted into the quarterback to knock him in for the safety.
Eben. Rolled down at the 52-yard line. Mike Eben picks up 31 yards on the play to the Hamilton 52.
Well, when you get a man that lines up on your outside shoulder, they give you that inside, but you got to be prepared to go with him. Mike Eben makes a nice little fake on Al Brenner, and he gets to the inside, and of course, Theismann lays that ball out there, and it's a completion for a big gain.
Goodwin. Turek fumbles the ball. And let's see, Toronto has recovered. 32-yard kick. Fumbled by Turek, recovered by Tony Morrow.
Well, that ball came down the field as if it was a knuckler, and those are the hardest kind to handle. But Ed Turek, who's had trouble these last 2 games, last week he bobbled a couple that certainly hurt the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And this
Gabler is nailed. The ball is loose. Toronto has recovered.
Well, Gene Mack's the one that ends up with the ball, but there's some pretty good hitting in there. I thought that possibly it might have been Jim Corrigal who made the contact.
To Simons. And he's in for the touchdown. Bill Simons for 12 yards.
Now, this is something that the Argonauts haven't been doing in the last couple of games, and that's running up the middle. And it was just a little handoff, sort of a trap play. Everybody's sort of blocking straight ahead, though, but he got good running room, plus the fact that Mosca missed a tackle on it.
And then 6.
Zone in you, Duke. They zone in you.
Kozlowski. He just got to the midfield stripe. He was hit by number 76, Gene Mack, but he has 8 yards and the first down. Porter. Dick Thornton pulls him down at the 36-yard line. And that's a gain of 14 yards. Lewis Porter. 4 set out. Gabler to Wesolowski. Pulled down by Gene Mack. At the 29-yard line, and that's a gain of 7.
Well, you see here Dick Wesolowski taking this ball, but Wally Gabler, if you'd look downfield, Tommy Joe Coffey had beaten Dave Ramey just at the top of your screen there and was behind him, but he went to the sure one, Dick Wesolowski, who had beaten Gene Mack on the play.
2nd and 7. Gabler. Christian is pulled down at the 7-yard line. Another big first down. In for the big one. And does he get there? You can't tell from here.
Well, one of the officials signaled a touchdown, John. The ball carrier got over the head of the goal line. Our cameras are right down there. We'll give you a closer view of it. You see here, it's just the option play. Wally Gabler takes it out, and he gives it to Anderson. Anderson's head and body are over the goal line there, and you notice he was driven back. Now from the low angle again. Watch his head. Take a look again. You see the arm is over the goal line. You see the ball just has to be over the goal line before it's considered a touchdown.
Yes.
Then he pulls it back in from there.
You're absolutely right. It was over in the air and pulled it back, and when he landed, the ball landed outside, but it was over the first time. Gabler gets the ball to Anderson. Anderson down at the 43-yard line. That looked like Jerry Keeling pulling that one out when he should have never ever been able to get the ball away, and he completes the big winner.
Well, I'll tell you, Nick Volpe's having a great day at selecting these guys on the isolation because he was watching the man that got the ball. You notice here, Mini-Max Anderson, he throws the block, and all he is, he's just a safety valve. He figures that Wally's caught back there. I better be looking. He picks the ball up, gets big yardage.
31. Theismann taking a big gamble. He goes out at the 50-yard line. Boy, what a fake he put on the linebacker, Emery Hicks, who was trying to come over to cover him. 28-yard
well, he's taking a big
gain.
chance here. He's only wanted a couple of yards, and I think everybody thought he was going to the middle, but that's what he wanted him to think. Once he got outside, everybody was bunched in, and then it was just a foot race from there. He took it down the sidelines to...
Even. Oh, and what a tremendous shot he took from Emery Hicks. But he held on, and the gain is 16. That Emery Hicks hits a ton. He's only 220 pounds, but he lays it on.
Well, you can see here just what the blow is, and Mike Even is just getting over an injury there. He almost ended up with another one. It was a great shot right to the chest.
McQuay is dropped at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 8. McQuay. Leon McQuay hit by Garney Henley, dropped by Al Brenner. Gain of 8. 2nd and 3. The Prophet got it. Touchdown. CNE Stadium goes wild.
Well, the fans go wild, but as you see it back, it could have been disaster because Garney Henley was a guy that was playing out there with him and made that fatal commitment just prior to the ball getting there. He was going to intercept it and take it down for a touchdown. It went right between his fingers. You can see the frustration there. as he goes by.
Second down. Here it is. Porter. He came right back to the 53-yard line. 29-yard gain for Lewis Porter.
Well, it's the same play. What they're trying to do is they know that Dick Thornton in his own defense is going to lay out in the flat, and they know that Chip Barrett's going to be back deep. Now, the idea is to hit in between them, and that's why Wally Gabler's tried to go there. You notice that he was behind Thornton, caught it for
second down, Toronto. McQuay, and there's a flag down on the play. There's 2 flags down on the play. To 32. Simons is dropped at the 17-yard line. A 15-yard gain. 1:59 left in the half.
Well, this is the same play that the Argonauts scored on earlier in the game. It's getting everybody going to the right side, faking it as if it's a sweep, and then Roger Scales comes in there, picks up that middleman, and then Bill Simons has the middle open.
Heisman looking for profit, or even. No good. 2nd and 10, Toronto at the Hamilton 17. Right down to the 1-yard line to profit. There's a roughing play. And Bob Steiner, he really knocked off Theismann's helmet. The Profit takes the ball to the 1-yard line.
Well, I don't know if you're going to see the infraction on Joe Theismann, but it's a great catch. There you notice.
Ooh.
Those linemen, when they're coming in on the quarterback, they don't only use their arms, they can use those hands, and they just sort of stab you with those hands, and it sort of rattles your teeth. But Theismann hung in there enough to complete the pass to the 1-yard line.
Toronto Argonauts leading 37-18. Our 1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. The ball is loose. Hamilton has recovered. Hamilton Tiger Cats stop the Argonauts on the 1-yard line.
Well, when we see it again, it looked like a little bit of sloppy handling of the ball there. I don't know whether the ball popped loose or the back was a little low when he took it. It looked as if it was going to McQuay. McQuay was bent over there, and it might have hit him in the shoulder and knocked the ball loose. But anyway, the Tiger Cats came up with it.
Gabler. Wesolowski pulled down from behind by Gene Mack. He has 11 yards and a 1st down.
Well, Nick Volpe again comes up with a winner as he's watching Dick Wesolowski on this play. He followed him right out of the backfield, and you notice that Gene Mack's the one that had to pick him up. That's his responsibility.
Anderson driven out by Gene Mack. And that's a 13-yard gain.
John, this was a very good play by Wally Gabler as he got everybody going to the left, and that's where the Argonauts revolved that way, but he threw it back there. But there's some great blocking by the lineman out in front of him. You notice there that Holman, they just do a great job of keep moving that back to enable.
Gabler. The Porter. Stopped by Luster. Stopped at the Toronto 28-yard line. Pass is intended. There's a flag on the play. The pass was intended for Buchanan down on the 1-yard line.
Well, Dave Ramey was caught trying to hold Lewis Porter up. In fact, I think he had a hold of his jersey because Lewis Porter, he got into the end zone and he just swung completely around. He couldn't even finish out his pattern. So it means that the ball is going to move right down there close to the end zone. Put the ball on the 2-yard line for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Wesolowski, and he's in there for the touchdown. Dick Wesolowski.
this is a play that the Hamilton Tiger Cats have worked very well against the Argonauts in the 2 games they played. And you get that halfback that's leading Wesolowski in there, and he's clearing out anything that possibly the lineman missed. And
Bill Simons. Brought down by Zemaitis at the 45-yard line. McQuay again. Down to the 45-yard line. A gain of 13 yards.
Well, one of the reasons that Leon McQuay has been so successful is the fact that Bill Simons is doing a lot of blocking. Watch how Bill Simons makes a block, goes on, and comes back and makes another block. Leon.
Even at the 24-yard line. 21-yard gain for Mike Eben to the Hamilton 24-yard line.
Well, Mike Eben, not really noted for his speed, but he's got those great fakes, and he got Johnny Williams going to the inside and then just cut it back the outside. I thought possibly the ball could have been thrown a little quicker than it was, but at least he's away from him. There again, you see the same play.
McMillan will attempt from the 30-yard line. Now he's moved it up a half a yard. That's good. That's a big play for Toronto because it puts Hamilton 2 touchdowns plus behind. Wally Gabler is caught by Jim Corrigal. Trying to get to Lewis Porter, but Porter was too well covered by Chip Barrett. And everybody's out of the backfield. And Gabler is dropped by Jim Corrigal. They lose the football. Second down and 5 yards to go. Anderson. Hold down at the 34-yard line. Chip, 1st and 10, Hamilton. Anderson. He's down at the 48, and the crowd is swarming onto the field. I can't hear the gun. I presume it's gone. Strap. That's a real mob scene down at that Toronto bench.
Well, John, the big fight is to get the football. As after every victory, they want to get that football. And when the tackle was made, everybody rushed over the players to try and get that football to take it in. And I would imagine present it to Leo Cahill as the head coach of the Argonauts.
So the Toronto Argonauts and the Calgary Stampeders will meet in the Grey Cup for the first time.